Okay. We have the minutes from the regular meeting of May 5th. I have two small changes.
I got receipts from Nancy in there too. I got receipts from Nancy in there too. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Huh?
There you go. That's John.
Let me take a look at that.
We had before the public hearing, we had a meeting of our Memorial Day committee tonight, so everything kind of got shuffled a couple times here first.
There you go. So I didn't see any changes, to be honest with you.
I just had two very minor ones, and I'm checking to see if they got picked up. Okay, yeah, those were picked up. Those I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay, with no guest speakers, scheduled reports, Chief Phillips.
Generator project's moving along. As you know, we awarded it to Kennington Electric. It's been ordered. 8 to 10 week delivery.
Okay. What's time frame for installation after they receive
a couple weeks. We're going to do some work preemptive of that, probably, in preparation for it. Roy contacted First Energy and got with them for coordinating that, and the gas company also. That's all I have to report on.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Mr. Everly.
We've been pretty busy putting in full depth repairs, and we did a little work in the cemeteries. Put about a week in. We've done about, I think, almost 10 full depth repairs now. We did a huge one over in Ascot today, and so we're going to keep working on that. We did have to close the road for a couple hours today, and it encompassed both of the lanes. And then what we would like to do then is we're not putting the top onto the patches, we're just putting the base down. So then we're thinking that it would be prudent to call that Todd Lamb again and get the paving machine. And we'll just use that paving machine to put the top down. We should get a lot smoother surface. And we'll also be able to do the areas where the crown is. You'll be able to go down a side and down a side.
Put the crown back in.
And try to get some crown back on it. And so we think we can do that all in a day. And so with, Todd, which is very, minimal cost, it's under a couple $1,000. But, to try to get a little bit of where in some of those spots we'd just be doing greater patches, which are notoriously not smooth, and this is a little more controlled surface. And so we did talk to Todd and said, hey, this is what we're thinking of doing. And he said, yeah, maybe he could come up with a day in June here for us for that. So that would be something that we'd probably do. And also will get a little bit better bang for our buck with the asphalt, because it's a much more controlled surface. You get it exactly where you want it in the thickness that you want it.
I'm assuming you can do this quite significantly quicker than we
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're thinking in one day, maybe two at the most. We could do all of it. all the services.
Like I said, the machine's going to save us some man hours, and get better
Ton of
results.
labor and some material. We did have asphalt prices came down almost, I think $6 for top, and I think base was around $5 a ton. So that's a good sign. We did a lot of tree removal and so forth in the cemeteries. I mean, by a lot. Every year we take more and more of these trees out. These little things that were planted that were cute when they were planted, and then 30 years later they're a huge nuisance and they cover up 14 graves. So we keep working those down all of the time, but I think we're doing pretty good. You know, it's been a little bit wet, but we did get in. They have been in and done mowing. And so I think we're in pretty good shape there. We did spend about 2 hours a week ago. I guess not a week ago. A week ago, Friday, where we boarded up a drug house in Auburn, and we kind of did that, and we were asked by the prosecutor's office and the sheriff's department if we could get that accomplished, and in fact they were very, very pleased. They're going to reimburse us for the cost of the materials that we bought, which was about $500. So,
and for boarding up our house, our boys did an extremely neat job.
They did a very neat job, and a couple of the neighbors. I was very concerned that, what they were going to say with this boarded up house. It's a pretty nice neighborhood, and but they were giving us the thumbs up, so they were very pleased that this
issue was taken care of.
Being taken care of. And the one comment was, was very pleased at the speed that this was taken care of. In other words, that this thing was wrapped up in under 2 months. So they were very pleased with that.
I don't want to belabor this, but who owns that house?
The father. Yes, it was up for a sheriff's sale.
I was going to say, there's some other. There must be some.
It was withdrawn
here.
It was up, and it's a question, but at best I can answer that right now. His father owns it. It is not currently up for sheriff's sale.
Like I said, that it just. Yeah, it's a problem. It's got to be taken care of. But that seemed to be. I'm just thinking out loud here. For the dad to have owned it and the kid to be arrested and the house to be seized, just seemed like there was some other.
Well, there's a law. As the prosecutor explained to me, there's a law. It's a nuisance law, and this had become quite a nuisance. There was. High traffic volume going in there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You're probably rolling off the innocent until proven guilty type thing.
That crazy thing.
That whole concept.
Yeah. If you're going to have let your property become a drug house, there's some consequences. So I know that there's another hearing was scheduled. I'm not sure. Sometime this week, maybe even, if they go back, and the original thing was for 10 days.
Well, I'm guessing if these people were found innocent of all charges, then the house would not be seized; it would be given back, correct?
Yeah. No, it's not a permanent seizure. Right? It was a temporary.
It's kind of temporary.
Just shut it up for.
Yeah. Well, it was kind
just so people know it's out of business now, I guess.
Yeah, kind of sad because the message hadn't reached the customers as of Friday, so
they're still showing up. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, customer base was still showing up.
What's with this plywood?
Exactly. And
it's a sheriff thing on the door, man.
So it's not funny.
Okay, well maybe that's okay.
Yeah, I want to tell you that.
No, it wouldn't be the fact they showed up.
The one neighbor I spoke with was elated, and this was this was not a good thing to have in your neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, again, this is where. I think there's enough telltale signs within a neighborhood that, it's the one who's going to step forward and say, hey, and then make the call. You know, a lot of people don't want to rock the boat or be the one that's...
Yeah, oh no, there was a way I'd had at least 3 people drive by and give us a thumbs up. So, and we're already down to, past halfway down the street. Right. So, yeah, they were, I guess I told you, I was like a little bit leery to start that thing to say, hey, what are the people going to say about this boarded up house? It's a nice neighborhood. And but anyway. We were just merely providing assistance to the prosecutor and the sheriff's department. It's all their bailiwick, so and we were happy to be able to assist them. They were very appreciative of it. So we got a couple things here, and I guess one thing would be. I see Nancy put it down as new business, but we did receive some donations to the park. So we received a $10,000 donation from the KCE travel football team and a $2,000 contribution from the KCE girls lacrosse for the park. So we forwarded that to Bridie, and she's going to be that. Remember, our procedure was that she would be the vehicle to take it to probate court and get it.
So she's got the paperwork done, and she's
right on top
moving along with it.
Mm-hmm. So I was very pleased to see that, and that's about all I have right now.
Okay.
Just a few normal truck repairs we had to do.
Okay, Mr. Kavanaugh.
Well, we're just working on trying to get Memorial Day to procedures in place and make sure everything works right that day, including the microphone. I was reminded of that a couple times tonight at our don't forget to put the extra batteries in your pocket is what I was told. So
there you go.
But a couple changes. I mean, we've got Pastor Ron's going to do the invocation now. The new pastor at the church was unavailable, so we're going to. He may not be available for the invocation at Shady Side because their service starts at 10 a.m. So we'll try to make that work. The committee thought, and I agree, that it's pretty important that you have an invocation about cemeteries since...
I think you're right.
So that was... we'll make that work. We'll have the same vocalist as last year, who was outstanding. Mm-hmm. The trumpeter will be a new kid that's available to do it this year. We need to do something along the lines of what we did last year for these fellas too. I think if I'm not mistaken, it was $50.
Yeah, I think it's more than.
Fred, if you want a motion for that, we're gonna have to get that done, and because I gotta have those checks on Sunday. So
we were looking at gift cards or.
I think we ended up just doing $50.
Yeah, it's just doing $50 cash payment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bagpipers already, I think we already did that at the last meeting, if I'm not mistaken. So, we need to take care of these kids the day of the event. So I'll make a motion that we encumber funds and available for the vocalist and the soloist. $50 each. I think we talked about gift cards last year, Mike, but I think we ended up just doing this.
Yeah, I think cash is probably the best way to go.
Okay, because I think we need to put in a rec for gift cards. I'll double check with her. We'll take care of it. PJ's motion. Who's seconding it?
Second.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I guess we'll all be there, so we'll sign them there.
Yeah, we'll have to get that done prior. Let's see, we've got the Blue Pines estimate on here, do we?
Mhm.
Okay, we'll get to that later then.
Yeah, you want to just take care of that now?
All right.
Let's just do it.
We talked about it the last meeting. We got together at Adam Hall, some work on the crypt in areas over on that side of town. We also had some gutter work here, and I guess gutters down on the garage, totaling $780 from 3 different buildings. And Blue Pines Incorporated, I'll make a motion to enter into that.
Okay. A second?
John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. Okay, anything else, PJ?
PG, I don't know if we talked about fixing the fence last time, and we appropriated money. Did you want to just
Up there?
Yeah.
That's done.
Yeah, I know. But we had the amount. I think isn't that the amount from?
There's Auburn Fence, yeah.
Yeah, it was fine.
Well, 593. His estimate was 6, wasn't it?
It was underneath what we
Okay.
appropriated.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, his estimate, I remember being 6 something. Is it check here? Do we have that check tonight, Fred? For Auburn Fence?
Auburn Fence? I don't think so. No, this is just a quotation, so I wouldn't have caught a check for that.
What's the date on that?
This is dated 4/30.
Work's done. I know that. I guess if he hasn't done it, he hasn't brought a bill.
I haven't seen the invoice now.
Well, then we'll get him next time, right? And just before I pass along here, just thank all the volunteers that help with this, that do the work on the Memorial Day. Carl's going to do some things Sunday morning, and Johnny Reithofer keeps the list, which he's updated with, I think, 3 more names this year, and Mr. Trethway's got the ammunition for the volleys, and
Oh, I thought you were going to shoot somebody.
no, well, we might, you never know.
Still early.
It's just these guys are all veterans, and these guys are carrying on the tradition, and it's just an honor to be able to work with them. So,
And we appreciate you, PJ, spearheading this every year and working with this project.
I think it's just a meeting place here, really. This is, I think we're still living off the 50-year tradition of Don May running this, and we're trying to keep everything pretty much the same as it was. And as long as we can do that, I think it's a success. So,
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen, for all your help.
It was pretty cool when I was in here, and you had some younger guys all the way up to 90-some-year-old guys.
Be careful now.
All together.
Some of us are starting to get up there. We're a little
Not
testy.
quite 90 yet, though.
Well, we're a little testy.
You still got 2 years, don't you, Jim?
I'm done. Go ahead.
Good.
We have issued warrants 1661 through 1682, totaling $8,871.08. Those are before you for your signatures. Also put in front of you a fund status report, revenue status report, and appropriation status report, all as of today's date. Couple minor things. I need a motion to reallocate $1,000 to zoning to pay for legal ads. If I could get someone to...
So moved.
Second.
And I need another motion to reallocate $1,500 for office supplies under the general fund.
We going to do a vote on the first motion? First? Do a vote on the first motion?
Oh, sorry. John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Yes.
And then again, that second motion for $1,500 for office supplies.
Again, so moved.
Second.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's all I have.
Okay. All right. Giving a thank you note today to the Auburn Township trustees. Says I want to thank you for the nice card and thoughtful gift card. I'm a lucky person to work for a township with great support and a family-type atmosphere. Thank you, and that's from Nicholas M. Tomaselli. So, everything's okay? He's good now?
He's good.
Good. A lot of positive feedback on something about saving a dog that just.
He just became an inspector also. Just came back from Bowling Green.
Oh, good. All right, so let's go through the old business. What's it? Senior trash pickup event. That's Thursday, June 5th and Friday, June 6th.
We have space, Mike, available. So
Is that space available?
there was a little bit of a snafu, I'm understanding, at the Department of Aging, that they originally published the wrong date, and then they sent us a retraction out to the correct date, and I'm hoping that if people pick up on that, because we could take, there's room, there's still, after they get so many slots, we can't do them all because we're only going to do it for the 2 days, but we do have some space available, I'm told.
Okay.
So that's...
Yeah, and that will be Thursday, June 5th and Friday, June 6th.
But you have to call the Department of Aging to get on the schedule.
And the number's 440-279-2130.
Yeah, Nancy does not have anything to do with that. We only do the work. We don't do any of the scheduling. So
Okay.
so that's that. We still have, then the next item, I'm going to jump ahead, is everything's all set up except to adopt the fee schedule.
Okay.
And personally, I'm thinking that the fee schedule is, we haven't changed it in a long time, but I don't see a reason to.
No, I don't either.
So a
That's fine.
car and small truckload was $7, a full-size truckload was $10, household appliance is $7, and tires limit 8, $3. No liquids, paint, rocks, yard waste, household garbage, or hazardous waste will be accepted. All small materials shall be consolidated in strong boxes or containers. Unbroken car batteries will be accepted. In other words, if you got a crack in this and it's leaking acid out of it, we're not going to take it.
You had a tire fee on there?
The tires are actually,
We don't have a tire
we don't
fee
have a
because we
tire
have the
fee.
grant.
She didn't. Yeah, that should be zero. You're right, because we have a grant, but they still have the
Limit of 8.
That's federal law.
Right. You can't be driving around with 14 tires.
That's all federal law.
Because people have a tendency to dump them on Bartholomew Road, for example.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a motion that I don't know if you guys okay with that?
That's fine.
Yeah, the price is the same. So we'll make a motion to have a same fee schedule.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay, and just a reminder, large item trash drop-off day is Saturday, June 7th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay. Auburn Bainbridge 4th of July festivities. got Bainbridge has traditionally had their 4th of July fireworks at River Road Park. This year, because they are building some new condos down there, they don't have enough parking. They're using the parking across the street. So they're moving it up to Kenston High School. And we just got, I was at the Board of Education meeting last Monday, and they approved the fireworks at that venue. So Bainbridge has invited us to join in on as a community project for Auburn and Bainbridge. Estimated cost for the fireworks and the band and the other things they have going on, and this is Sunday, July 7th. It was roughly $16,000. So based on population, we would...
It's on the 7th.
Sunday the 7th. 1, 2, 4th, 5th, 6th. Sunday the 6th.
6.
July 6th. Right, it's Friday the 4th.
I'm a stickler for detail.
Yes, good thing. We'll be showing up on Monday. But our cut would be about $5,500. And what we are looking for is donations. We have letters which will be going out to local businesses. Basically what it is they're going to be buying advertising space. And we have a list of items, fireworks. So it'd be fireworks presented by, and the company would go on there. So they would get a tax write-off as advertising, not as a charitable donation. So we have letters that will be going out. We just got them today, the form letters that Bainbridge is looking at, so we're commenting on it. You should have copies in your literature here. And so it's we've already met with, they've sent letters out to all the adjacent property owners by the high school, farmers, people with animals, so everybody's been notified and talked with. We did meet with all the adjacent property owners. We had an open session for people to come in and talk. So, like I said, the final thing was to get the Board of Education to approve. So, we're going to be going ahead with that. And they wanted to name, so first off, I want to short-term appropriate $5,500 so we can cover the cost of it, and then we'll get the reimbursement through the donations. So that would be my first motion, to appropriate $5,500 for the our portion of the fireworks.
I'll second.
Who's the second?
John.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. And then they came up with a name for this. It'll be the Auburn Bainbridge Community Fireworks. I'll make a motion to accept that nomenclature for the festivities.
I'll second that as well.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tell me about this committee.
The committee is, Bainbridge had a committee to begin with, and the committee approached us. And there's 2 people in Auburn that will be our committee if we need a committee. I don't really know what we do with the committee because they pretty much have this whole thing laid out already.
Here's what I would want from that committee. I would like copies of every vendor, receipt, everything. We're going to have part in business here in short order. And I'd like this board, somebody out here, to be familiar with how these things operate and what's necessary.
Sure, no problem. So we want receipts for everything.
Whatever permits they did, these letters they sent to local, you mentioned farmers or animals or whatnot, just the whole process is what I am interested in here.
Okay.
I think we got a pretty good location for some such thing at a future event that would be Auburn-centric. Be nice to know how to do it.
Okay. I probably got the majority of that now, except for the final
Yeah, I'm
receipt.
sure it's there. Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
it is.
'cause-
But you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Yeah. There is. This township's going to be having its bicentennial on 17. So there may be reason to be familiar with how to put on an event like this. Yeah.
Sure.
And the reason you're not doing it on the 4th,
They always do it on again, this is, we kind of came in at the last hour. This was all,
I was kind of under the impression that it was a lot cheaper to buy fireworks for a day other than the 4th.
that probably is. The fireworks themselves are like $12,000.
Yeah, that's heavily discounted if you don't do it on the 4th. So I know some people ask that question.
Well, like I said, we kind of came in after the fact because the whole thing was contingent. Us coming into it was contingent on them getting approval from the school board.
Right.
And them getting approval from the school board meant them going in with all the information, saying what day we're doing it,
Yeah.
what we need, what we're supplying, the full layout of the what areas, talking about. So, if the school board had said no, we wouldn't even be discussing this right now. And like I said, we just got the information last Monday, the approval, and we had a meeting on Tuesday. So, yeah, this is all established well in advance, and I'm glad it's usually what they do this, like the Sunday after the 4th of July. Is that typical of when they've always done it?
Well, when we were doing it years ago, we always did it on the 4th.
Well, yeah. I'm that way too. I was doing them on the 4th, and I do Halloween on the 31st. Christmas on the 25th. I'm a traditionalist.
How long did we do that? And that was around 4th of July. That was around the bicentennial in 76, right?
Yeah, we did it for quite a few years, actually.
How many years did we do that?
At least 5 that I know of.
Okay.
6 years.
Along with the circus and a few other things.
Circus came later. That was in the 90s.
Yeah. The circus.
I remember the fireworks shows up there. I know we had one in 76. I just couldn't remember how long they went on. The other thing, stuff like this is you hire, I'm sure, a company to put the fireworks on. Do you have to pick up separate insurance, or does that come with the vendor?
No, they have to have their own insurance.
Well, they have they have their own insurance, which is $10 million. But we had to approach the school board with, Bainbridge had to approach with their own policy, which was, I think, $4 million. And the school has a $7 million. So we're up to pretty much over $20 million worth of liability insurance. I mentioned the school board, we were good for $100,000, but I don't think they heard me.
I'm, in favor, and I voted that way, and I thought about this for, it's been talked about for a while. As long as we learn how to do an event like this, because like I said, with the bicentennial coming here,
yeah, we can get all the information from. That's not.
Now, the sesquicentennial, we had a beard contest. I'm not sure that's going to go over quite as well as fireworks would, but we could do that too.
Yeah.
So,
For that. What kind of prize are we looking at?
don't
Yeah,
know.
get all the information. That's not a problem because we're already. they've already got a good layout, which I had them send Nancy today. So basically I told Sherry Measures to copy Nancy on, because she's copying me, but to copy Nancy on everything that goes on. So every letter request, everything that's coming in,
Good.
we're privy to already. So we should be in good shape with that. It's pretty straightforward. There's like I said, it was $12,000 for fireworks. The band was $600. They've got a couple of. There's a local person that's doing the signs, donating those. So that's where the advertising portions will come in. That'll be taken care of. There's some food vendors there, and they were just working on the logistics of it, like getting power to the band, whether they have to use generators or things. They're still looking at cleanup also. They said if we'd like to, any of our road department, if we want to volunteer them for to clean up help, but they've already got scouts in for cleanup, their road department. They've got the police department, their fire department in, so anything you want to have on hand that day, just in case anything in Auburn starts on fire.
So, Matt.
But
Oh yeah, I think it could be a nice event. Yep.
yeah, because you've got all just the expenses. We've got you should just send it over. 12,000 fireworks, party animals, bouncy houses, 740. Bands, there's only going to be one band, which would be 600. Lights, 350. Sound, 500. React parking, 200. Flower entertainment, face painting, balloon animals, 300. Scout cleanup, 200. Dumpsters and trash, 240. Porta potties, 652. So it's pretty much covers, And again, these are the items that goes out as part of our letter to say, what would you like to donate to? So I'm sure anybody who's got a business and wants to donate one porta potty and have their sign put on there. I think those probably go last. Put you down for Protect Class, Jan?
Hey, sign me up for a bank of those, will you?
Gary Kaufman would be the guy to go say. Huh?
There you go. Okay. July. And again, since that's on the 6th, it doesn't affect our parade. That'll still go on as always. Okay. Do you want to say anything additional about we got that on the old business, John, the road levy?
Yeah.
Closed road levy?
We talked about this a little bit at the last meeting, but, I think we need to be cognizant that our numbers are still holding true for our projected budgets for the next 5 years. And, we've got to start to do 4 miles of road. We just have to. The numbers of roads on, you can see if you read those lists, it's astonishing how many roads go. If we get another horrible winter like this last one, we're going to be in deep trouble, to be honest with you. We are doing more. Going to be doing more patching in addition to this ascot patching. The 2 mills that we're asking, we proposed, this is really a bare bones number to get up to the 4 miles of road that we're going to pave. And if we don't pave those 4 miles, you're going to have roads that go back to gravel in some instances.
It's just math. We have how many miles of road? And
54.
And they last how long?
Well, the roads we're paving this year, one's 22 years and one's 20. Those are just anomalies. We're talking about an ascot that's a complete failure at 10.
Then what's the average lifespan?
We're trying to stretch them to 14 to 16.
So it was just about...
Right. Well, if you do the numbers, we're not even close at 14.
Right.
But if we can, or we want to just try to go at this, not... If we did a mill, it's not going to be at all effective. You're just going to be running backwards. But at 2, I think we can, it looks like we could start to do the 4. And if we can, keep going at that pace, I think we'll be able to maybe get out of the woods there. But I think that, the board has to really consider putting this on here. And now we're going to have to come to a conclusion sometime here in June. June and the early part of July, actually, to get that on the ballot.
All right, thank you.
Anybody?
Okay, we've got Time Warner franchise fees, $3,845.45. I'll make a motion to put those into the property acquisition and repair fund.
Second.
Donations, Blue Pines, Cemetery Deeds.
John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. Okay. And like I said, if you notice on the bottom of the save the date, it is Sunday, July 6th. I got the same thing from Nancy. It's like, who does this on a Sunday? We have to go to work. Okay, senior trash pickup, I got that. And 4th of July picnic and parade, starting at the Meadows at noon.
Go back to something. John, you mentioned it too. That estimate from Auburn Fence that Fred, it was dated. I swear I brought that up at that meeting at Adam Hall, but maybe it's not in the minutes. Because I remember Donnie came in that morning with it because I wanted it by that night.
Right. Actually, I think we did it at the previous.
Yeah. Did we? I know we took action on this because I asked Don to bring that by date certain of the meeting.
Maybe pay it last meeting? I don't recall. I'd have to take a look.
Let's just be safe. Just move it again.
Yeah, I know we dealt with it because I asked him specifically to bring it here by the meeting, and he got it here that afternoon.
We have minutes.
It's not in the minutes, at least not under.
Well, I think we discussed at the meeting before, which would have been
Was it?
from the end of April, right? Because this came in on 4:30, so it would have been the previous meeting.
I don't have those minutes in front of me, so I don't recall. What we did.
Anyway, how about this? I'll make a motion to go with Auburn Fence Corporation for $593 for repair of 2 rails, heavy grade split, 3 end posts, 1 corner post, 3 line posts, and 10 rails for a total of $593.
Second. There it is. It's in here. It was right at the end of the meeting, so we're being redundant. Let's vote again anyway.
Take a vote?
Sure.
Yeah, it's in here. I don't know why. Well, I guess I'm thrown off because usually Don would have been here with the invoice.
Yeah.
So, but we did.
John?
So,
Yes.
PJ?
yes.
Mike?
Yes. Worst case, we'll have it fixed twice. All right. So that's taken care of. Okay. Illuminating Company, PJ. There's taking care of some trees you authorized down at.
Oh, the
Museum?
ash board letter. Yeah. And there's a couple of ash trees almost straight behind the crypt. Pretty good sized ones that are in a doornail. And I know why the logger didn't take them, because they're only going to go one way and then into the cemetery. So we're going to have to deal with those at some point. That's probably limb them and drop them. Somebody's going to have to take them straight down. Somebody's going to have to take them straight down. Otherwise, they're going to lose headstones. So if you want, I'll get some estimates on those. But,
Okay, and what about this scrap metal at the park?
all right. I don't know how much is there. You know how much is there? I don't either.
I don't think it's
I've walked that woods. I don't remember seeing
a
it.
significant amount.
Is it?
No.
Okay, here's the thing. If there's 5 ton there and we've got a dumpster right here, I'd be opposed to giving it away. But if it's a bunch of tin or sheet metal or something, let somebody drag it.
There was a nice pile of aluminum cans. Those are all gone.
Good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know if it's a tractor or if it's like just sheet metal or something,
There's a
you
couple
know?
pieces of junk that are...
Is that all there is there? Because I don't
Yeah,
know.
because Gordy, they're too busy to get out there.
I got to be honest with you, we are stretched right now trying to get the roads prepped. And
Is it like pretty much buried in the woods? Is there a trail there? Can somebody get back there with a tractor or something?
No.
I honestly don't know. I've walked that woods and I don't know, a dozen times anyway, and I don't recall seeing anything significant there. You know, if somebody wants to drag a bunch of tin for $200 a ton, and there's 500 pounds there.
Yeah. Well, the issue is we have somebody who's volunteered to go in and take that scrap out. And one of the issues was our liability. We had Brady just came up with a release. I, blank, release Auburn Township for any injuries sustained as a result of my voluntary assistance in removing trash from the Township Park. I also agreed to any grounds damaged, to repair any grounds damaged during the removal process, and agreed to return the property to the condition in which it was before the trash removal.
You know,
Does somebody want to go out there and take a look at this thing first before we?
I would, yeah, I would before you.
Let's see what we got before we give it away.
But I'm assuming we're going to end up doing this, and here's why: because if there was a large pile of garbage there, then Western Reserve would have said something about it, right?
Well, if it was, he would have gone the way of the cans.
If it was worth anything, it wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Would have gone. There was probably a 6-foot high pile of cans there 5 years ago, and they're all gone.
So
Let me remember. Take a look at it, and we'll make a call tomorrow. 'Cause, like I said, I would assume that's how we're going to end up getting rid of it. Is just go with this agreement that Brady's drawn up.
okay, I will make a motion to approve Alex Janek to remove this contingent upon approval by PJ and Emmerich.
And I'll second it.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay, so that way it's taken care of. Whether we do it or not, your call. But I tend to agree if anything was worth anything, like anything that I had in my backyard when the people were working on it, like the giant steel tractor wheel which disappeared and all the other cool stuff, I would assume this would have fallen under the same realm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Public comment. All right. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yep.
Mike?
Yes.
8:20.
PG, I'm not going to be doing any walking, so on Memorial Day, so I'll see if Karen can get me that far, and then I'll have the driver drive me down.
Got you covered, man. Wherever you need to go, I'm there for you. As long as I don't have to carry you.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice week.
You guys want to see these? These are two things I got. That's just a breakdown of the thing, and here's the.
Have her get a file started on this.
Yeah, that's what we got. Yeah, I mean, they're doing a pretty good job of getting stuff out to us. And here's the clearance area. There's like 900 square feet around the launch area that they have to. Thing. We got roads blocked. We'll be parking across the street.
Where are they going to launch it?
It's going to be like
Right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
in the parking lot.
Whenever you're
Right in
ready.
front. I'll show you the.
Let's pick up the check.
Get these Canadians. Never start.